Hey guys, today we're going to talk about multiplying polynomials together. Yesterday we talked about how to multiply two binomials together, and today we'll expand on that and talk about how to do not just binomials but trinomials or monomials involved in there, any amount of terms really. So the process is very similar to yesterday. We just want to make sure that we know the concept of what we did yesterday because that's what we're going to apply today. So we'll do an example problem together first, and we'll see how it works. And then we'll do a few more after that. So the first one we're going to look at is 6x plus 5. That binomial is being multiplied by the trinomial of 2x squared minus 3x minus 5. So yesterday what we did, essentially we simplified it to you take the first term and you distribute the first term to every term in here. So we're going to do the same thing. But now instead of multiplying it by two terms in here, we're just multiplying it by 3. So 6x times 2x squared, well that's 12x to the third. 6x times negative 3x, that is negative 18x squared. And 6x times negative 5 is negative 30x. Then if we do our next term, so we took care of the 6x, now we would distribute the 5. So 5 times 2x, or 2x squared is 10x squared. 5 times negative 3x is negative 15x. And 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. So now all we have to do is combine like terms. 12x cubed, I don't see any other x cubes here, so that stays. 12x cubed. Negative 18x squared, there is another x squared, it's 10x squared. So these, when you combine them together, you get negative 8x squared. Then your x's, you have negative 30 and negative 15, so that should be negative 45x. And then minus 25 right at the end. So this would be the simplified version after you multiply this binomial by this trinomial. And this works for if you're multiplying more than one or more than two polynomials as well. So another example we'll look at, 4x times 2x plus 1 times x squared minus 6x. So now we're multiplying a monomial by a binomial by another binomial. But it's the same idea as if, let's say, you were doing 2 times 3 times 4. You could do 2 times 3 and get 6 times 4 and then get 24. Or you could do 3 times 4 and get 12 and then multiply by 2 and you'll end up with 24. Remember, with multiplication, the order is, it doesn't matter. So you can do the monomial times the binomial and then multiply, or you can do the two binomials first. It's really your choice. I'm just going to go from left to right. So first I'm going to ignore this part and just focus on the 4x times the 2x plus 1. 4x times 2x gets you 8x squared. 4x times 1 gets you 4x. So this would be after you multiply these two together. And we haven't touched this other binomial yet. And now we're just multiplying two binomials. So 8x squared times x squared, we should get 8x to the fourth. 8x squared times negative 6x is negative 48x to the third. And then we're on to our 4x now. So we took care of the 8x being distributed. Now the 4x. 4x times x squared is plus 4x to the third. 4x times negative 6x is negative 24x squared. And now we just need to combine like terms. So we only have 8x to the fourths. That's taken care of. These are like terms, so we combine them. We should get negative 44x to the third. And then we have minus 24x squared. And there's our simplified expression in the end. I will do a couple more and then I'll let you have some time to practice multiplying these out. So our next one, we're going to combine a little bit of past topics in as well. This one will be a little bit more work involved. Let's say we have 4x squared times the quantity x plus 3 times the quantity 3x minus 2, and we're going to subtract 2 times the quantity x squared minus 3x. So if you want to try this on your own, go ahead and pause, see if you can figure it out on your own. I'm going to go through and show you how to do it. So we're going to start off over here and simplify this left side before the subtraction sign. 4x squared times x, you should get 4x to the third. 4x squared times 3, you should get 12x squared. So that's after you multiply the monomial into the binomial. But we still have to multiply by the other binomial. And then we'll leave this here for now. So now we're going to go ahead and you can use FOIL if you want. I'll just go through term by term. 4x cubed times 3x, well, that should get you 12x to the fourth. 4x cubed times negative 2 is minus 8x to the third. Now on to our next term. 12x squared times 3x should be 36x to the third. 12x squared times negative 2 is going to be negative 24x squared. And we're still subtracting all of this over here. I'm going to simplify by combining like terms over here first to make it a little easier. We have no more x to the fourths, x to the thirds. We can combine these two and we should have 28 x to the thirds minus 24 x squared. And now I'm going to distribute in this next step too. Negative 2 times x squared, negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6x. And now we should have some more terms we can combine. So 12x to the fourth plus 28x to the third. Taking care of both of those. They don't have any like terms. These two are like terms. So we should have minus 26x squared. And then our last part is plus 6x. So this will be the simplified expression after you do all the multiplication and subtraction here. Alright, let's try one last one and then you will be on your way for the day. Alright, this last one that we're going to do, it's going to look a little like... What is going on? What is that? That can't be what I think it is. There's no way. Oh, I think it is. Buckle up, kiddos. We have a battle of the mathematicians. Tomorrow, at exactly 12:45, there will be a quizzes code posted on Classroom. This quizzes code will get you into a game that'll start at 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, the game will start, and we are going to get points for our teams in the Battle of the Mathematicians. You will have 15 minutes to get into the game, and then the battle begins. Akasano,